Welcome back everyone to the Low Budget Shit Show. Allegedly, every year since like the 80s, People magazine has decided who is the sexiest man alive. I don't trust them. I don't trust them with this kind of, this is a big claim to be making. It's a huge claim to be making. Are we voting on this? Is there any, is it just like some random board member who are mostly men, by the way? Is it a room full of men deciding this? I have questions. Who gives a f? Anyway, I don't know if these people are qualified to be making this decision. So I thought, let's take someone who's also not qualified.
Let's go! Let's go, lesbians! Let's go! Let's go, lesbians!
Two groups of people who are uniquely unqualified to be making this decision: straight men and lesbians. Therefore, I will be weighing in on these sexiest men alive. Every sexiest man alive, actually, since the 80s. 37 of them. I saw this video on YouTube and I thought, I could do that. Ms. Freeman, credit to Ms. Freeman, she'll be linked below. Great idea, love it to bits. In my opinion, the sexiest people alive, however, are all of my upper tier patrons who keep this channel going. Lots of bonus content going up over there. There's uncensored outtakes from the video I did with my best friend Mary, where we watched Lesbian Thirst Traps, where I made Mary watch Lesbian Thirst Traps with me. And there are so many stories came up that just can't be on the internet, so they're on Patreon. We're also still getting the tea from I Kissed a Girl. I'm going through and watching all the podcasts that I can find. There was like an hour-long podcast I just filmed, which will be up on Patreon. If it's not there now, it will be there shortly. More to come, lots of good things over there. Join the club if that sounds like you, or head to my clothing brand Riff Supply Co. if you actually just do want to be the sexiest man alive. The sexiest person alive. We'll include everybody. So if you want to be sexy, riffsupplyco.com. But let's jump into the psyche of the straight culture. Straight culture is labeling one person as the sexiest man alive every single year for nearly 40 years. On our tier list at the bottom, we have The Bar Is in Hell. Now this is for people that should not be on this list. Disclaimer, everyone's beautiful in their own way. Obviously, everyone would find someone on this list to be the sexiest person alive. Each of these men might be the greatest person ever. We are judging purely on looks today. If this was something you were going to be offended by, why did you click on the video? Like, you know what you're getting into. Bottom tier is The Bar Is in Hell. This person should not be on the cover of a magazine, let alone labeled the sexiest man alive. Just above that, we've got, there's 6 of him outside of 7-Eleven right now. This is a man who is just, not only is he everywhere at every 7-Eleven that's ever existed, he's just not. This is someone you wouldn't look twice at, wouldn't pick out in a crowd. They're just NPCs in the background. Just above that, we've got, that's literally just a man. Just looks like a normal man, just an everyday man. Above that, we've got, okay, I see you, queen, with the fingernails emoji. This is where we're getting to, like, okay, I see it. I see the vision. I respect it. This makes sense to me. And on the top tier, we've got wood. Self-explanatory. So I have to have the screen with the rankings and another screen telling me who the hell these men are. This could be anyone. Okay, first up, we've apparently got John Krasinski, which is ringing a bell. I have no idea who this man is. Now he seems nice. He seems like a nice person. Should he be on this magazine? Like, oh, okay, I don't think it's that bad. I think Mr. Krasinski, it's just, that's just a man. There's 57 of him everywhere, no matter where you go. I could find 12 of him in the desert. Like, that's just a man. Next up, Patrick Dempsey, who I do recognize. He's got a charming face, but is that a good enough reason for him to win sexiest man alive? Are they judging this just on looks, which is what my assumption was, or are they judging this on something else? When someone says sexiest man alive, I think visually the sexiest man alive, right? He seems like he would be charming. I don't fucking know. I wish there was a tier in between I See You, queen, and that's literally just a man, because there is a storm outside and nature, okay, maybe Mother Nature is saying I see you, queen, with that one. He's got a charming face. That's just a man to me, but the weather told me to put him in I See You, queen, so we're going with that. Chris Evans, okay, we've got some pizzazz now, because this is Captain America, most importantly. I can understand how he's landed here. Again, taking the sexiest man alive title very literally, would I say sexiest man alive? Probably not. That's such a huge claim to make and so subjective, but fuck it, would absolutely. It's Captain America. That's America's ass right there. And he just seems nice. He just seems like a nice person. He seems like a good man. Do I know that for sure? No, it's just vibes. It's just vibes. He seems lovely. Yeah, he's straight to the top. I would like to have a beer with him and just like hang out more than anything. Paul Rudd. I don't get it. Also in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which I respect, but he's Ant-Man, you know what I mean? He also has like decent vibes. I wouldn't say that's literally just a man, so I'm gonna put him in the okay, I see you queen category, even though neither of the people in this category I'm very certain of. I don't know if they deserve to be there, but that's where we are. So, next up we've got Michael B. Jordan. I immediately understand why he's made this list. Like, he's very conventionally attractive, and he really is, but my problem is I don't think I wouldn't, but I do see you. I do see you, queen. An objectively beautiful man. I think we can all agree on that. John Legend, great voice, but why is he here? Yeah, I don't know about this one. He seems lovely. He seems lovely. Stunning voice, talented man. Like visually, again, if we're just pure visuals. Oh man, there's 6 of him outside of a 7-Eleven right now. Talent-wise, top of the list. Sexiest man alive though, like that's that's the bar we're holding them to here, is sexiest man alive. Not in my personal humble opinion. Oh man. Fuck. Oh, I accidentally just, I just refreshed this whole thing. So hopefully they're all in the spot where I put them. Idris Elba, we know I'm not good with names, is Heimdall in, is this just actually a list of Marvel actors? Because this man as Heimdall would be in the ICU Queen category for obvious reasons. Him as himself, it's literally just a man. I'm so sorry. Love you, Heimdall, but it is what it is. Moving on. Who the f is this? Who on God's green earth is this? Guys, actually, who is this though? Blake Shelton, country singer. No idea who this man is or why he's on this list. Married to Gwen Stefani. Okay, this is getting weirder. This is not, how the f is Gwen Stefani and him compatible in any way? That is, yeah, that's, the bar is in hell. I don't even know what to make of this. Like, why? This is insulting to hot men everywhere. Why is he even here? The Voice star? He's from the What are we doing? What are we doing? The bar is literally in hell. Could be the nicest bloke in the entire world. That's not why we're here though. Next. The Rock. Okay, this is difficult because The Rock is The Rock, you know what I mean? I see it. I see what other people see. For my personal preference, wouldn't. He's not just a man though. He couldn't possibly just a man, and there is definitely not 6 of him outside of a 7-Eleven right now. And the bar, he's okay, he's in the ICU Queen category for sure, because I see it. I appreciate it over there, you know what I mean? Who's next? David Beckham. I know he's supposed to be really hot. Let's look at his like younger photos, because maybe that's where the appeal is. I just don't see it. Maybe here. It's because he plays soccer, and that does nothing for me unless you're a male soccer players. It does nothing. I'm sorry. Big Davos. He's more attractive than literally just a man. Yeah, I see you. I see you, queen. I see. But the wood category is reserved for the best of the best. I'm sorry. Chris Hemsworth. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Thor. He's Australian. Again, he's Thor. Beautiful man. This is not my favorite Chris Hemsworth era. My favorite Chris Hemsworth era is Thor 2, The Dark World or whatever, with the long hair and the plaits and yeah. So, but wood. Immediately would. He's Aussie, he's hot, he's Chris Hemsworth, he's Thor, he lives 45 minutes down the road. He seems nice. He surfs. Oh, please. Adam Levine. Oh, yeah. Again, removing the talent from it because we're focusing on looks here. This is just a man. This is just a man. You can walk down the street and see so many of that. Channing Tatum. Okay, Channing Tatum, this is from 2012. So this was like peak Channing Tatum era. And I get it. For this time, literally says charming chiseled Channing Tatum. And I think I did have a crush on him when he was in She's the Man. So, oh my God, Justin and Selena is in this magazine. This is a blast from the past. Channing Tatum wouldn't, but I get it. I get it because I have eyes. And he really had that whole era where he was in that stripper show, She's the Man, the one about the cops or something. Clearly I didn't watch any of them, but he was everywhere for this period of time. So for him to be dubbed sexiest man alive makes so much sense, and I can respect it. I see you. Bradley Cooper. I do like Bradley Cooper. I like him in The Hangover and whatever other movies he's in. Oh, I see it. I see it. I get it. He's a handsome man. Would I call him sexiest man alive? Again, like, probably not. No, I probably wouldn't call most of these people the sexiest man alive. Ryan Reynolds. This is another one that's supposed to be like everyone's obsessed with him. I feel like men are more obsessed with Ryan Reynolds than women are. Like, men think Ryan Reynolds is the peak of what women find attractive more than women do. But he just looks like a normal man. He just looks like that's literally just a man. That's the run of the mill. You Google man and he comes up. Ugh. Not even worth the fucking breath it would take. Moving on, Hugh Jackman. This is one I've never understood, to be honest. This is like the man that your mum finds attractive. Oof, Hugh Jackman. I just don't get it. I just don't get it at all. But fuck, he's Aussie, so I can't. Nah, fuck him. You don't get special treatment just because you're Australian. It's just a man. That's just a dude. It's a bloke. Matt Damon. Again, don't get it at all. Okay, again, granted this is from 2007, but what are we doing? What are we doing? 6 of him outside of the 7-Eleven. There's no way. There's no way. George Clooney, I don't get it. Once again, I don't understand the allure. Heaps of him. Heaps of him everywhere. He's plentiful. He's an abundant resource. Matthew McConaughey, I get immediately, but it's more for the vibe and the personality. He's very charismatic. He's someone I would want to hang out with, and he's a handsome bloke. Like, he's a very handsome dude. I get it. I see you. Wouldn't, but I see you. Jude Law, I recognize the name. I don't know what he does. I don't watch a lot of movies and shit like that to recognize celebrities immediately. Like, I just don't care. He was Dumbledore in Fantastic Beasts, and I know he's in a bunch of movies. That's just a man. That's just a random ass dude. Okay, but in this particular cover from 2004, I kind of get it, but Jude Law in general, that's just a man. That's just a man. Twice. I don't even want to touch that. I don't want to unpack it. I don't want anything to do with it. Ben Affleck. I don't get it. I don't get it, man. I'm trying. This thing is, I'm Googling other photos of them to try and get it, and I just don't. I like the meme of him smoking. I think that's hilarious. I think that's relatable as hell. But visually, it's just a man. Just a random, that's a dude. Pierce Brosnan from 2001. I don't know who the this is. I've never seen that man in my life.
I hate to say it. I hope I don't sound ridiculous. I don't know who this man is.
Honestly, the bar is in hell. He's not a bad looking dude by any. I don't get that. Brad Pitt, yes, I see. But Brad Pitt in this era? Brad Pitt's best era was in Troy. Let's just call a spade a spade. This man is beautiful. This man would. This version of Brad Pitt wouldn't, but he is more than this level, and I can acknowledge that, so we're gonna put him in the top category. We'll leave him there. We'll put him there. Okay. Richard Gere from 1999. Okay, for 1999, this must have been like the pinnacle of attractive men. Like, I don't know how much they had to work with. It's not for me, but that's not just a man, and I do see it. He's got a charming glint in his eye. I can understand that. Oh, Harrison Ford, please. Maybe not this Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford in Star Wars. Not top category, unfortunately. I do love Star Wars, but I get it. I see it. George Clooney, yeah. Has he already been? Wasn't he already here? Well, I guess we'll just put him right next to himself, because I don't get that. I don't understand. I'm not seeing the vision. Denzel Washington with Princess Diana in the corner. This is from 1996. Handsome man. It does nothing for me. That's literally just a man. That's a random bloke. 1995, the year I was born, and we've got Brad Pitt again. I don't love this era of Brad Pitt. I don't like whatever this is. The little goatee or whatever. The hair, stunning. This Brad Pitt is getting demoted though, unfortunately. Sorry, man. Sorry, Brad Pitt, because you're watching this, obviously. Oh, sexiest couple alive. And it's Richard Gere and Cindy Crawford. I guess it's just gonna have to go in I see it. because they're objectively, this is 1993, keep in mind. I get it. I get why they were on the cover of this. Who the f is Nick Nolte? Nick Nolte has seen better days, and the better days were in 1992. Like, I kind of get it, but this is just a random dude. This is like the photo of every lifeguard at the surf club that's ever existed. Nick Nolte, buddy, there's 6 of them outside of a 7-Eleven right now. I'm quite sure 5 minutes down the road, my local 7-Eleven, 12 of them outside. Patrick Swayze. For 1991, it's not for me, but I see it and I understand how he's landed here. Tom Cruise, I've never understood. This is like obviously before my time. Maybe when he was younger, he was like a real Adonis. I don't fucking know. Okay, young Tom Cruise is a handsome bloke. Still wouldn't call him sexiest man alive. Judging off this photo alone, again, I see it like, sure, it's not my cup of tea, but I can see how he would be so many people's cup of tea. Why? How did this happen? What the f? The bar is literally in hell. There's no way if there was a female version of Sexiest Woman Alive that a 60-year-old would make the cover ever, let alone in 1989. F off. John F. Kennedy Jr. I see it. Not my thing, but I see it. He's like the Canadian Prime Minister. Like, it's nice to see politicians or politician adjacent people who don't look like the bottom of a foot. You know what I mean? Who don't have a face like a slapped ass, as so many of them do. Harry Hamlin, don't know who this is. And why are you here? 7-Eleven. And he's been there since 1989 or whenever, 1987. Mark Harmon, he's a handsome man, but he's just a man. He's just a man. Mel Gibson, I know I'm supposed to see it, but I just don't. Like, conventionally attractive, sure, but again, that's just a man. That's just a random dude. Okay, and we're all done. Let's break down what we're looking at here. Okay, so top tier, obviously very few have made that tier, and 2 of them are Marvel characters, which makes sense to me. The I See You Queen category, absolutely taken out the win, which you would expect from the cover of Sexiest Men Alive. They should at least meet that standard. You should at least be able to see how or why they may have ended up there. But the majority falling in the bottom 3 categories is something else. Like, the second most populated category is just like, that's just a man. Again, these are my opinions, but the people that chose these covers, that's just their opinions, right? Yeah, look, the bar's not high with any of these. Like, the bar should be at least this high for all of them, one would think. This whole bottom half, they're not even trying. They're just picking random dudes. Pick someone's grandpa for this one. There's too many for the bar is in hell. Far too many. Okay, this is my final list of where I would rank the Sexiest Men Alive from 1986 to 2024. And let me know actually in the comments who you would personally for this year name Sexiest Men Alive. What men are there at the moment? Actually, if it were up to me, this is my exhaustive list. These are my nominations for Sexiest Men Alive. I'm not really aware of what like recent men there are. Okay, this is my list of Sexiest Men Alive from whenever I think of. Okay, cool. Number 1, it's Chris Hemsworth in Thor 2. Beautiful, beautiful, stunning man. With the hair pulled back and the long blonde hair and and when he's got this little robe on in the castle. Please, this Thor specifically. Number 2, Axl Rose in 1988 specifically. And this is less about aesthetics, more about his voice, his talent, which I know I didn't include for the last list. Listen, I make the rules here, and unfortunately they're not consistent. Axl Rose in this interview specifically, because his voice is beautiful.
All kinds of material. I think the only thing that we have in common with Kiss now is that, you know, they like to make money and they like girls, but as far as their music go,
just,
you know, basically
stunning.
the music's like second fiddle to their other desires. Our music comes first.
Number 1, stunning voice. Number 2, the long hair, the blue eyes, the whole vibe of it all, obviously. Number 3, he's Axl Rose. Number 4, my favorite band has always been Guns N' Roses, so I'm biased. But also just 80s Axl Rose across the board. Big fan. Number 3, long hair Zayn Malik. Long hair Zayn Malik in this specific part of the music video for whatever the song is. This Zayn Malik, this gorgeous, stunning man, but also just long hair Zayn Malik with his little twirly thing generally. Next is Daniel Johns from Silverchair in whatever era this was. A lot of these I'm noticing it's been a common theme in all of these so far. Long hair, beautiful eyes, more feminine leaning. Next up is ASAP Rocky in every era, especially this interview. I don't think I need to elaborate at all on that. Next is Manny Jacinto in The Acolyte, in these scenes specifically. It was a crime that that series was not renewed for a season 2. They were the best fight scenes Star Wars has ever had, in my opinion, but certainly since like early days Star Wars. And last but not least, obviously, Jay Alvarez in the Alexis Ren era. We were all there for that part of the internet. Sue me. Beautiful man, beautiful hair. The beginning of like aspirational travel content as far as I'm aware. Anyway, that's my list of sexiest men alive. If it were up to me, they would all share the cover. Leave me your nominations for sexiest men alive below. They can be from any era, any whatever, I don't care. Just get real specific with it. I'm probably gonna go rewatch The Acolyte now for no specific reason at all.